and welcome everybody to episode 2 of the My Walkman podcast. And today, as usual, I'm here with my very good friend Marcos, and we'll be looking at another business today that a young Nigerian or a Nigerian youth can do to change their life, like businesses they can do to sustain themselves and make a living or earn a living. Uh, as always, my name is Daniel and Marcos.
Yeah, Marcus, welcome to episode 2 of our conversation. We hope to be more educative today and assist you in your fears and give you professional solutions to those things that will keep you in the game.
Awesome. Okay, so as you all know, what we do here in the My Walkman podcast, we basically talk about various businesses in Nigeria. We talk about new business ideas. We talk about what you can do, what you can start with very little capital, what you've already started, and we just do general analysis on any business. We are not experts in the field. We are just trying to uh, learn as much as we can through this process also. And if you come across our channel or our posts in any social media platforms, you can drop a comment if you have any suggestion, criticism whatsoever. And also, uh, we are just doing what we can to change the narrative of a of it being that Nigerian youths are lazy and we can't do anything else besides illegal activities. Marcus.
Yeah, it has become a norm in society that you can't really achieve much without doing something illegal. But that narrative is actually a wrong one because we have seen people making waves in different spheres of life, in different um,
Marcus, it seems like your mic went off for a second there. Are you still with me? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, your mic went off for a second there.
Okay. I said, if you look at the stats of people that are not really interested in study, schooling, it has really gone up over the years. And this is as a result of the society
Yeah, painting the
feeding them with different lies about what success really means, and people tend not to do the hard work again, and they just think doing something legal pays off better. So I
exactly,
think that's what has really affected the society, especially the
exactly,
of this generation.
exactly. Okay, today, as always, we would list out some businesses, and as we're listing out those businesses, we may dive deeper into any one of them and try to analyze them, try to make our outsider contribution to what we think is the idea you can try out for your business. And we would also look at some of the challenges you may face while trying to uh, do that business and how to get past those challenges. And So what businesses can a Nigerian youth do today that would sustain them in the long run, Marcus?
Some of those businesses Nigeria youth can do today. Yesterday we talked about
Yes, yes.
online sales and
Sorry.
those
Yeah,
things.
we should do a recap of what we discussed yesterday for people who are just joining us today. You can start. Let's start with that. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday we talked about online sales, online
Online
market.
clothes sales, right?
Yeah, we were specific about clothes sales yesterday, but there are other aspects of things you can sell online. Selling basically is just meeting the needs of people. What are those things that people need? Using the social media platforms to bring it closer to the people. So that's one of the, and we know that that's one of the biggest engagements that Nigerians have gone into. Like we have youths that are really into selling online now.
Yeah.
Girls and boys, those students and graduates. So that's really one of the
Exactly. And
positive
yeah,
effect of social media in the society.
yeah. And when we
But
are
apart
okay,
from this thing, I think the easiest way to actually start up as a youth is doing something online. It's actually the easiest way because you need low funds. It's an online space. You don't need to rent a shop for 500,000, 250,000
yes,
a year
yeah.
rent.
You basically just
So
need your internet subscription and a smartphone to get started.
yeah, you just need a smartphone and an internet subscription and you get started.
Exactly.
Because now you can start as a wholesaler, a retailer. You can connect with people that already have shops and
Exactly.
you start selling
Exactly.
on your platform. So you see, it's really easy working around this thing.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
with zero stress on you because the only stress you'll be receiving now is delivering those products.
Exactly.
How do you get them from the manufacturers or the wholesalers to these
And
to your customers?
there's also something they call drop shipping.
Yeah,
Yeah. So basically, then you are no longer concerned about the delivery. You are just the middleman. Once a seller places an order on your platform, you contact the original seller, and they are the ones that deliver the goods to you send them the address, and they will be the ones to manage the shipping to the person that ordered through you. I don't know if I said that clear enough.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's
It's clear enough.
yeah.
That's also there.
Yeah. So some of the things we looked at yesterday too. Some of the challenges we looked at was the difficulty in starting up an online clothing store, and the challenges was how do you get sales, how do you convert, and how do you start getting people to purchase your items. And one of the things we talked about was you as an individual now, you can't really get anybody to buy uh, something they don't like. So it all boils down to the person that wants to buy from you, how well you can convince them to to buy your item. And that comes down to you being creative. How creative can you be? So, and when we looked at it, we're trying to like, okay, how does one become creative? How does one attract sales? How does one market themselves to attract sales? So what was our conclusion with that, Marcus?
Okay. In marketing of your products, we talked about doing what will attract people to your products first of all. And one of the things that attracts people to your product is the pictorial view of that product you're uploading. So one of the I'll give to people is get a good
I'm sorry.
sell, make it nice. Even food vendors now.
Yes, can you take that again? Your network went down for a minute.
Okay, I said one of the things that will attract people to your business is what they see. The picture you upload. How catchy is it? Your caption. How catchy is it?
Exactly. So,
one of the advice I'll give to people is get a good phone. Snap good pictures, clear pictures, and add good caption that is exciting to read. Caption that is captivating, that we appeal to the mind of people.
Can you give us an example of a captivating caption you can add now to a post? Let's say maybe you are a food vendor now. Can you drop like an alpha, as they call it in the crypto world, a captivating caption that can, like me, I want to buy food from your online food vendor store, and you just snap like a nice looking pot of jollof rice, and what caption can you add to a post like that to attract me now to come and buy from you?
First, when you're a food vendor, you have to upload the food you're going to upload. The camera should be very clear.
Exactly.
That's your snap. And then it should be well garnished. Like, let it be catchy to the eyes. Let somebody see the picture of your food and they are already feeling like eating it. And then you can just put any kind of like eat quality for less, just something.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot right now, though. I mean, we're just trying to brainstorm ideas to try to create value, maybe for someone.
Yeah, you can just put like eat quality for less.
Yeah.
Like
eat quality for less. I think that's a nice one. So these are exercises you can do now as a food vendor. Just focus your thoughts and try to like come up with a nice caption. Like just sit down and brainstorm how you can write something on your post that would make people be like, what's this person saying? And in the end, they click your post and view your post, and then you convert a sale.
So, and another thing that attracts people to your sale is the price.
Yeah.
Always make sure you put the price tag to the product. Because most time people don't want to come to your DM and start
asking for
chatting up prices. But when the price is just there, they come and they see it and they just know that, okay, I want to get this stuff. Let me plan towards it, and they already know how much they are spending.
Exactly. Wonderful.
So then it's more effective because the people that are going to be chatting you, you'll know they are interested. They are either immediate buyers or they will buy in a while. But then you can have 20 or 50 people message you for the price. And after that, they are gone.
Exactly.
So you put the price tag
put
the
a
product.
captivating caption. What do you think about like this
Snap good picture.
clickbait captions? Do you advise somebody to use clickbait captions? Like
It works for a while, but I won't advise that actually, because it works for a while.
Okay, so
But then
what
on
you are
the
saying now is that okay, you can do it sometimes, is that, or like maybe just to get that small initial attraction?
see, you should not do it because it makes people uninterested in your post
In the long term.
in the long term. In the immediate term, people just come, they see the caption and they
Sorry.
say, oh, they are excited. And they bring that side of the panda will kill the excitement. And even if there's a product, they will not want to buy because you deceive them. And people hate being deceived.
So sorry, can you just restate that again?
I won't advise clickbait.
Yes, just restate what you said about clickbait again. Your network was a bit off when you said it.
Okay. I said, when you do that, people are excited with the caption you use. So they want to come and see what you have posted. On getting to the page now, they are seeing something else. So there's that disappointment. They feel deceived.
Exactly.
And people hate being deceived.
I agree.
So they will lose interest in having anything to do with that business.
So, a word of advice: if you are running a business, you are making a post online, try to avoid using clickbaits. Try to avoid creating posts that spreads false image about your business. Maybe you are selling clothes now. If we are going back to the clothes vendors now, you see some of them, they make this very very I don't know how I would say it now for clothes vendors, but there has been cases, when you order something and when they did it, okay, I think I'm deviating here. I'm going to a different section. But anyways though, just avoid clickbait. It's not the right way to go as a business owner. So
yeah,
in total now we
yes.
looked at two online business, food vendors and clothes vendors. Can we dwell more on food vendors? Like what do you need to start a business online as a food vendor? Like how can someone go about becoming a food vendor?
First of all, you need to be a good cook.
That's the main thing. Yeah,
that's the main thing, because you want people to taste your food and like and love it. I think another thing is you need to love cooking, because the energy you use to cook for people transcends to them eating it. So when you love it, you'll be happy doing it, and then when people are eating it, they will be happy.
Yeah, so you'll be happy when people are eating your food. So you should be happy when people eat your food, in essence.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about like what's kind of like, maybe is it capital or surrounding or setup do you need to like start cooking, like
I think
kitchen
starting food starting up a online restaurant is, I don't know, but from the various research
can I say
I've
this,
done.
what you said though, about a food vendor, and the first thing they need to do, they should know how to cook. So, how can they verify their skills now as a good cook? Like, how can they get that confidence boost that, oh, they can really cook, and they should become a food vendor?
Okay. I'll answer that in a moment, but let me first say this. Starting up that business is really expensive.
Yeah.
Because I've spoken with some people, like one or two people that started it and went out of it, and those that are still doing it. And they said cooking is tedious and expensive because when you are starting now, you are cooking. There is great loss, first of all, because most times as a starter, you end up eating some of those things that you've. So it's really expensive, but if you have the money to start, the profit comes in very small at first, and then you start seeing profits when you are good at it.
When you're having a lot more orders.
Yeah. If you learn catering, so if you learn catering, I think you will know your food quality and taste because you must have done a series of tests and
classes.
People have rated your food
What
over
if
time.
You didn't learn catering? Maybe you've just been practicing cooking at home.
And if you didn't learn catering, like you've not been to any institution to do that, and you've not been in any surrounding where you were being scored for your food, I think you should cook a very nice meal and serve it to people and get honest feedbacks. Like I think in school those days, you see when we were in secondary school, when they were teaching us all this home economics, you do these things and give to people to taste. Yeah, I think you should do something like that because food, you don't want someone to eat your food and start insulting you. Even if the person does not see you, the text you receive, you hate, you will know that cooking is not for you if you are not good. And as another thing is, since the people don't see the process of making that food, your packaging should be very clean.
So, what do you think? Do you think as a food vendor, making the recording the process of making your food is a way to attract sales?
Yeah, that's part of what you should be posting. Do a short clip, you preparing cut, like just do a short clip on the entire process of a food. Try new food, like when people see the process of you cooking, you're explaining to them, like, oh, this is it. I'm going to be doing this today. Okay. Wise food vendors, the ones we see nowadays is people that just want to make money. They don't enjoy the craft.
They don't enjoy the craft. So in essence, like if you're a food person, but there's making money is actually also a good motivator for certain people.
It's a good motivator, but my point here is they are not creative, they are not innovative.
And if we want to talk about creative again, though, being creative, it's a mystery still because nobody, I don't know. Yeah, how do you know you are creative even, or not creative? how can you tell somebody is creative or not? Like, what are the criteria that you can use to measure
Okay.
creativity?
Still on the case study, food vendors. A person that knows how to cook. Everybody at a point in their life has attempted cooking. But then let's use noodles as something now. Creativity in preparing noodles is coming up with new ways of cooking it. Adding new flavors, adding new spice, and just trying new things that is rich and delicious. I think that's what creativity in cooking, the way you garnish the food.
So one observation I've made or I've seen for people who would want to do food vendor business, I believe some of the things you have to check off is you have to be the one in charge of your cooking. So what I mean by that, as a food vendor now, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think you can make it as a food vendor if you are living with your parents or you are not the one really in control of like what to cook that day, like deciding what to cook. What do you think about that?
No. Being in business is different. Being a food vendor, you can be with your parents. You can be anywhere.
Yeah, what I mean is that being in business, like what looking at it now from a view where the initial cost is low. So what I'm saying now is that okay, if you're with your parents, you are not on your own, you are not in a like a comfortable place, and okay, let's just say you are with your parents and you want to start a food vendor business. My opinion on that is you can't really decide what to cook. It has to be like what your parents ask you to cook. But with that still though, if you are passionate and you start making videos, you can still start getting orders, and once you get order, you can use that money to buy your own ingredients. So
that's what I was trying to say.
So talking about it now, I kind of like see the error in that my initial statement. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So to correct myself, it is still possible for you to become a food vendor while you are with your parents. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, you have to be in control of the kitchen and deciding what to cook. But analyzing it now with you, I realized that you really don't need to, because if you are with your parents now, just when they tell you, so go and cook this, as you are making that food, you can record it and post. And the only up costs investment as a food vendor is having internet subscription and having a smartphone, right?
No, you buy ingredients now, so you're actually doing initial cost.
No, what I mean is that when you're with your parents, you're not the one buying the ingredients then.
Even if you're with your parents, you're buying the ingredients. Is it every day you eat fried rice in your house? Is there always carrots in the fridge? Is there always
But
corn?
you're not the one bringing that money. That's what I mean.
See, it's either your parents are supporting you to do the business or you're doing the business.
Okay.
So if they are supporting you, they will give you money to start.
No, see what I'm saying now. Like, your parents are not supporting you. Okay, let's say maybe you just finished secondary school okay, and you want to be
Wait. I understand what you are saying. You are
okay.
trying to say there's already ingredients at home. But I'm not saying you are cooking. The way you cook at home is not what you cook for people to eat. It's not what you cook what you want to sell.
I
What
don't
you want
think
to sell is more expensive than what you cook at home.
I don't really
Not
agree.
every day.
I don't
Yeah.
agree. I say I don't agree with that actually though, because for instance now, what you want to sell. Let's take local food vendors in your area. Most times, what uh what they sell most times is like rice, beans, spag,
See,
and soup and
there
stuff
there are
like that.
different kind of restaurants and food vendor stores. You starting an online business online is actually the top tier of food. You don't start with your normal mama put in Nigerian language. Let's say mama put. You don't cook those kind of food. You cook dishes. You cook something nice, something you get in fast food restaurants.
I still don't agree with that though. I believe as an online food vendor, cooking mama food to sell, there's still some benefits in that because it's how would I say it's a cheap way to get
The
food.
food you are talking about, the food, wait, it's not about the cheap way. You don't do cheap way because you want to sell food. You are doing something okay. The way Mama Put will and cook their chicken, their beef, and is you will use more ingredients because you are cooking. It's just like you are cooking for a party.
Yeah, that's the part I
Are you
said.
getting me?
I get you, but that's the part I say I don't agree with. I believe as a food vendor, as maybe as you if you want to start at with low capital, low funds and everything, like let's say for instance now, I am staying with my parents. I just finished secondary school and I want to start a food vendor business. I don't have anything. The only thing I have is a smartphone to record the food I'm making. What I would say to that person, let's say you are the one cooking in your house and maybe your parent asks you to make eba that day. Of course your parents will give you the ingredients to make that eba. Why making that eba and egusi soup for your house that you eat? You can record that process of making that eba and egusi soup and upload. And if somebody sees that post and they're like, oh, this looks nice, they want to order from you, they can contact you, send you the money, and you use that money, buy the ingredients for that eba and egusi soup that you made for your parents and send to that person. So
Okay,
yes,
I get your point now. You're talking about doing the adverts and you're
yes.
posting.
If
Okay, that's different. Me, I was actually saying the actual business, the actual selling, the actual cooking.
yes, still the same thing is that this person now who made this first sale now, if another person wants to order from them and they want something more, they like okay, they want the soup in a particular kind of way, more garnished and all that, they would have to pay more. So I'm just saying it's not as a food
See,
vendor, making it like as simple and as basic and affordable for everybody to like you can easily convert.
okay, this discussion now, we're going to actually hear from people. Let's see people's feedback, especially food vendors, so that we'll know how the starting is.
No,
Because you cannot take 2,000 naira for a plate of rice and chicken from one person. Go to the market and buy it just to prepare it for one person. If you don't have ingredients at home already,
Okay.
Can you see this?
Uh,
So
okay.
that's where I'm picturing this thing from.
Okay.
But I
Uh,
don't know
okay.
how it is. I don't know the price of things in the market or
Okay. Agreed.
what it
Agreed.
will cost you to prepare one plate of rice.
Okay. I think we can wrap up here for today. So, maybe, like you said, we'll get a third perspective on food vendors, how it really is, because we're just speaking from an outsider perspective, as
Yeah.
always, and trying to analyze this business from an outsider perspective.
Okay. There was somebody I think you know the person too. While we were in school, after we graduated, she started a online food vendor stuff. And she told me, like, this thing is really expensive. She needs capital so that she can get ingredients. So that when people need these things, she can. Because buying them bit by bit is more expensive. I think that was the words she used that time.
I see.
So I think I'm speaking based on that confession that time because she already started it, but then she was like, this thing you need money to really go.
Far.
Like, I never tasted business jazz, so I don't really know how it tastes. But then she told me she need money to get some things.
I see. Okay.
So let's just wrap up. And food vendor, the
Yeah.
things you need first of all, you need to be a good cook. Your packaging. Then, from our discussion, I think one of the important thing is doing the short videos of you cooking. It will make people want to taste. Like it will make people interested in that food. When you just a video, you cutting the things to cook, you steaming the meat, you preparing it, frying. Just do a video like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
It make people interested
yeah.
in it.
And you also have to be passionate about it, because like every other business, you won't go far in it if you just doing it for the initial hype, and
Yeah, if you don't love it.
yeah, if you don't enjoy it. So, all right, any words of advice or motivation for our listeners?
So that's
All for now.
Love what you're doing.
Okay.
Love what you want to do.
Okay.
It's a
Okay. Okay, Marcus, it seems like your network got cut off for a second.
that's just what I want.
Your network got cut off for a second there. Okay, all right. We'll call it a wrap for today.
Okay.
We'll call it a wrap for today, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a nice day, and just keep doing what you do. All right.
All right. See you guys. Take care.